Good morning, everyone. This is tip number 1 in 10 tips in 10 days. I'm going to be exploring 10 teaching tips and revealing them one at a time over the next 10 days. The first tip is about teacher presence, which I think is probably one of the most important things that we can talk about in terms of making your teaching effective, particularly now that we've moved mostly online. So what are we talking about when we talk about teacher presence? Well, one of the things is, how do you want to show up? Ooh, we've got some sun here today. How do you want to show up? I think, what we bring to the class in terms of content is really important, but probably more important is how you show up. And that's something we want to think about, particularly now that we're online, everyone's learning new things. There's a lot going on in our lives outside of school and work as well. So thinking about when things don't go well or don't go to plan, how do I want to show up in that for my students? What's going to help them feel some stability, some connection, and know that I truly care about them and their learning? So your presence is about how you show up. Another piece is how you connect with your students, and that can be through communication tools. It can be the ways that you structure your communication. It can be through virtual office hours. It can be, the time before you start your class. In the face-to-face environment, we might show up 10 or 15 minutes early, set up our things, turn on the screen or whatever we're going to be using that day, and have an informal chat with whoever is there. We don't have that anymore, and if you wait until the actual class time to turn on your video, you're really missing that informal connection. So planning carefully, how do I want to connect with my students now that we don't have those informal spaces anymore? The third piece is around, how do I want to connect my students with each other? So how do we set up learning activities that connect students in a meaningful way? Now, they may be doing this informally anyway, but it's important for us to make sure that nobody slips through the cracks. So how are you creating learning opportunities where the students actually can learn from one another and feel the need to really connect with one another? So I hope that gives you a few ideas in terms of thinking about your presence as a teacher, particularly in your online teaching right now. And I look forward to presenting the next 9 tips over the next 9 days. So have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.